We live?
We're good.
Okay. What's up, everybody? It's Highway, and I'm my co-host Aramori. Sorry, I hit my microphone. Scuff start, but we are back with another episode of the Overtalk podcast. It's been a little bit. I'm still moving in, but as you can see, I at least have more of my setup. Sorry about my face being dark. I don't
Yeah,
have my
apologize for
light.
your face right now.
Wow, okay. I know what subreddit you go to regularly, but anyway, so I don't have my lighting set up, right? But that is something I'm working on. Bear with me. At least I have my microphone now, so I'm not sitting on a phone like I was before. This is my bad side, so I'm sorry about that as
Oh.
well. You gotta know your good and bad side if you're gonna be on camera often. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, since not all of us are gifted with having two good sides, normally. All right, so we have some interesting stuff to talk about today. A patch has just been released. There was also the Activision Blizzard and Microsoft news that popped out
Yep.
today as well. So we got a bunch to get into. So let's just quickly do some life updates, and then we'll go right into all that. So Armori, what has been new with you?
Um so a couple things if you've been following me on any of my socials. I have joined the NYXL Academy team as their flex support player. You may all clap now.
Well done, well done. Good job.
Yes, so been scrimming a lot with them and just been chilling in Vancouver. We actually went to a night market this past weekend, and if you've never been to a night market, it's basically just like 200 like independent vendors who just come and like put
Wow.
up stalls, and it's like you can get any kind of like street food, any type of drinks you want, non-alcoholic, and then just like socks, anime figures, just anything you could think of is there. It's kind of like if you've ever been inside of like a con and they have that whole like artist alley or like marketplace. It kind of reminds me
Mhm.
of that. But yeah, we were just there and it opens at 7 p.m. at night. So it's all just like neon lights and
Yeah, so it is like a night market. Got you. Cool.
yeah, it's
That sounds
so
really cool.
cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just so you know, I've never been to a con, so that
Oh, just right
I
over your head.
yeah, I've seen enough, but I've never been there to experience it myself. I do at some point want to go to TwitchCon. Probably not this year, but next year I'm gonna try to. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We've just been chilling. Last night, oh God, what did we do? We went out and had some dinner. Came home and crashed on the couch with my makeup still on, so that's why I look a little crusty today. But you know, that's what we're doing.
Right. Well, either way, I'm happy to be doing the podcast again. As for myself, not a whole lot new. I've been very busy. I'm kind of living the boomer life nowadays. I'm not on the internet so much, as you
About
can see. I've got
time.
Yep. Everyone always said it would happen to me. I didn't believe them, but sure enough, here I am. I'm wearing my favorite shirt. All right, I'm very excited about this shirt.
Palm
Just to
tree.
start, I like the pink palm tree on the black. All right, awesome. But aside from that, I've just been getting my business off the ground back in my hometown since I moved back from California. And just I've actually been talking to a lot of interesting people that I'm not gonna say much about yet, but keep your eyes peeled. Okay, I got some stuff coming. I'm gonna start streaming again pretty soon. But anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much the life updates. I am happy to be back talking to you again. Let's go into the community news. So, do you want to get started with the
Yeah.
patch notes, or do you want to go into the merger thing?
First, I want to kind of talk about just upcoming tournaments and the
Oh,
competitive
sure.
news, and then I
Mhm.
think we can jump into the buyout because I don't know anything about the buyout. I would assume
Okay.
you know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I know a decent amount.
Okay, so in our competitive news for this week, the Overwatch League is coming back very soon on July 13th. So that's upcoming. I believe that's Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong. I
You
think
said the
it's
what day? The 13th?
Yeah, 13th.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, so Overwatch League coming back very soon. I know here in Vancouver they're doing a watch party for one of their tournaments. So definitely check with your local Overwatch League team, see if there's any sort of watch parties or fan meetups or anything like that. And
Mhm.
we're back on track. Okay. Um, In addition to the Overwatch League coming back soon, we also have the Contenders Summer Series that started yesterday, so on the 11th. And just to kind of talk about and brush over this, so we've got some of familiar teams. We've got our Saints, Timeless, Strix, Pip, Rift, all of these teams coming back competing. I believe it's for 2 weeks here, and then they go into playoffs back in August. So definitely tune into that. If you guys are interested in watching some high level gameplay and maybe Overwatch League isn't on, it's definitely a good one. Again, we have so many tournaments going on right now in Overwatch. So
It's exploding.
I know. This past weekend, so not the weekend that we're closest to, Calling All Heroes Major started, and they started the round robin last weekend, and then the playoffs ran this weekend, right? And it ended this Sunday. And Timeless Ethereal, so the Calling All Heroes team of Timeless, ended up taking first, which is I think it was 10K divided
Awesome.
up between the playoffs teams. So
Yeah,
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Overwatch sort of kicking into gear with the more grassroots tournament stuff coming up. I mean, honestly, Overwatch has a ton of potential. I think everyone who's played it would actually agree with that statement too.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think many people look at Overwatch and say, this is going to be a terrible game forever. You know what I mean? I think most people can see how good it has the potential to be. I think that starting off, like getting these tournaments off the ground and just continuing to run them and trying to add more, bring more sponsors into the game, bring more fresh eyes into the game. I think all that's going to be great long term. So I do always like to see that we have all these tournaments going on, and it opens the door for more players to make a name for themselves as well, which is good.
Yeah. Something
Definitely tune
that
into it.
actually like SK ended up saying, I'm sorry, I'm being visited by my creature cat.
That's okay.
She was talking about on Twitter how if Overwatch had come out this year, like a brand new game, no reputation attached or anything like that, it would easily be like the number one esport, like easily. The game is in like a good state right now. Like the competitive scene is popping off. Like, yeah. So that's just something to think about, and I don't necessarily disagree with her either.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, great tournaments coming up. Make sure you guys are keeping a close eye on the competitive scene in Overwatch, because I mean, I kind of fell off when it was just Overwatch League, and even I'm sort of starting to get back into the loop now that I can see more than just Overwatch League. You know what I mean? So that's definitely great. Make sure we're supporting all the people who aren't just the tier 1 pros, because that's historically been a very big issue in Overwatch. So anyway, all the best
Support
of luck
tier
to
2.
exactly all the best luck to all the competitors. But let's keep it moving. We actually do have a very tight schedule today because we have 2 sponsors that I'll be talking about here shortly. Not yet, but soon. So let's keep it moving here. The Activision buyout is going on.
Okay.
So basically, you might remember a while ago, Microsoft was willing to buy out Activision Blizzard, and they were expressing their intent to do so. Well, the is it the FTC? I think the FTC regulates that. Basically,
Sure.
some government body regulates it, and was saying we need to check and see if this is a monopoly or not, or if this is moving towards monopolizing gaming. So they had a whole legal case they had to go through, and the news broke. I think it was today. It may have been yesterday that Activision they've approved it basically. So Blizzard is going through with their deal to buy out, or sorry, Microsoft is going through with their deal to buy out Activision, which means that Bill Gates will be our new overlord, no more Bobby Kotick. And this can mean a bunch of things, right? So it really depends on how Microsoft approaches it. Obviously, they're a little bit more financially sound than Blizzard
Right.
is. So I can kind of see a world where they are more long-term focused, whereas Activision has always been sort of about short to mid-term gains for their investors, and kind of keeping the ball rolling on that with new
Call of
releases,
Duty.
Call of Duty, Diablo Immortal, these kinds of
Right.
things that are like, let's just keep making sure we're putting something out that hits a market that we can overwhelm. right? So whether it's mobile gaming, whether it's the Call of Duty market, whatever that may be, and then they're gonna let their other titles, stuff like Overwatch, kind of fall off a little bit because they just want to keep the cutting edge moving forward, right?
Right.
So I don't know if Microsoft is going to have that same approach. It's possible they will because they do also have shareholders. They're a publicly traded company, so they do have that responsibility. But because they're a little bit more financially sound, we might actually see some more long-term focus, and we might see something like Overwatch League being restructured, or Call of Duty League being restructured, or really the possibilities are kind of endless here. So it's going to be interesting to see for sure. Fingers crossed that it's going to be a good thing moving forward and not a
Yeah.
bad thing. Because I mean, as we all know, Activision in its current state is it's not the greatest. They have a lot more potential than they're acting on, and they are definitely in need of some rebuilding of trust with their consumer base, to say the least. So
I am definitely on the hopium train in
me
terms
too.
of I think Microsoft is gonna come in and they're gonna save us a little bit. They're gonna sprinkle some good
Yeah,
dollars on Overwatch and in the
some good
Overwatch
dollars.
League, and
Yep.
they're gonna come in and save us a little bit. And you know, if we
That
have to get a Game Pass, to partake, I'll take it. I'll take one for the team.
Yeah, and the thing is, when it comes to like a buyout of this fashion, I imagine that Microsoft saw that Activision, because they put in the offer right around the time where Activision was tanking really bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
all the allegations were coming out, everybody was like on the hate Activision train. Like it was real. Like their stock started to tank pretty significantly, and that's when Microsoft put their offer out there to buy it out. So my assumption is that they're not going to just let things entirely run business as usual. They're going to try to make some maybe not sweeping changes, but just some more direct strategic changes to try to
Yeah.
move that forward. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm on the hopium train. I'm hoping that
Good.
some good comes out of this thing, and I hope that we just see more of what things could be getting realized in in all of Activision's titles. I mean, Diablo 4 was a banger. I'm just gonna say that,
Oh
right?
my gosh, Game of the Year contender for
Dude,
sure.
The
It
Diablo
slapped.
team has just always known what they were doing. I mean, you can argue that the Diablo 3 release and Diablo Immortal were both like low points, but Diablo Immortal is making a ton of money for their company, which it was clear from the get go to me that that's what it was. It wasn't another Diablo title. It was a way of
Yeah,
securing money using the Diablo IP,
I
right?
agree.
So, in my opinion, even though you guys have phones, right? Even though that was a whole main, my opinion is that that game was a success, right? And Diablo 3 was probably their worst thing, and that was just a release. Diablo 3, like now, is actually really fun. I've played a lot of Diablo 3, but anyway, point is, I love the Diablo team. I always have. Diablo was actually my first PC game. Still play it to this
Oh
day. Still
wow,
play
I
this
didn't know
to
that.
this day. Yeah, yeah, it was Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction, and then I went on to play Counter Strike, and then but anyway, point is, great stuff. Let's continue going because I do have a lot of hopium for the future of Activision here, and seeing what things might happen. And just so you know, I know we're kind of moving quickly. The only reason I'm doing that is because I'm expecting this patch to take a lot of time.
Yeah, same.
I'm kind of trying to get through like the quick community updates, and then we'll move into the patch. Um, but yeah, anyway, what do you have anything you want to add to that discussion, Armory?
I mean, Diablo 4, I have never played any other Diablo game, and I don't know. I love Lilith. I
Mm-hmm.
wish there was like I know it wouldn't work, but I just wish there was an option where you could have just decided, you know what? I'm going
Side
Lilith.
banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Every time she was
yeah.
like, join me, I was like, okay, yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, no, you can't side with the demons in the Diablo game. Sorry to say.
What the heck?
Um, would have been over a long time ago if you could. That's for sure. The story would have been done. But great games. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't already. Diablo 4 was I mean, it slapped. I know a lot of people who didn't know Diablo come into Diablo
Mm.
from Diablo 4. And great stuff. Great stuff. I still haven't played through all of it either. I need to. But this is an Overwatch podcast, so we're going back to Overwatch. Okay. All right. Um, Before we do that, I'm gonna quickly go through the sponsor we have today. One of the two sponsors we have today. And I just want to let you all know that this episode of Overtalk is actually sponsored by BetterHelp. This is brought to you by BetterHelp. So we've talked about this before on the podcast. We talked about the impacts that therapy has on someone's life and their overall experience and their potential. And for me, I just want to share a little bit about how therapy has helped me. Um, I'm in a very transitory state in my life, right?
Mhm.
I have moved away from gaming a little bit to start my businesses and to do things in real life. I've had friend groups fall on and off. I don't talk to a lot of the people I once did. I do a lot of different stuff. And of course, moving my career from content creation, which I had sort of full sent for 2 to 3 years, which is where a lot of you know me from, and sort of moving it into real estate for a little while so I can get that going. Uh, there's a lot of transition for me, and therapy has been instrumental in making sure that I keep my mental focus, keep my mental clarity, and am able to pursue all the things that I want to pursue. If I didn't have therapy to help me out with that, I don't think that I could do it as well as I am. Right? I'm finding a lot of success in my life despite a lot of adversity because of therapy. And the great thing about it is you can take the antidote before the poison, right? You don't need to start therapy when everything is horrible for you. You can start it ahead of time. That way you can lessen the impact of if horrible things come, right? That being said, if you are finding yourself in sort of a rock bottom or in a low place, therapy will help you out of that as well. It's all about learning healthy coping methods. And the big thing that stops a lot of people from going to therapy is that it's a really big commitment, right? Finding a therapist, going there physically, having to set a set time every single week, which is why BetterHelp is actually a fantastic solution to all of that. If you're thinking about therapy, or even if you just want to, regardless, everyone should have therapy. Really, they should. And if you are really considering it, but you're sort of put off by that being in person or not really knowing like who around you will understand you on a deep level and be able to connect with you, BetterHelp is here for you. They will give you a little questionnaire. Basically, when you go to their site, they give you a questionnaire and they're going to put you through to their specialists. It's a subscription based service. Not only can you go to speak to a licensed therapist yourself, you can also switch that therapist at any point in time for no additional charge. There's no like required commitment there at all. If you don't like the first therapist you talk to, you can switch right to the next one. They have tons of them, and all of these people are licensed and they're professionals, and they are you will find someone who can help you. It's all online. There's no going physically to go talk to someone. It'll be convenient. It's flexible. The whole point is to make it as easy and accessible for you as possible. So if you're thinking about starting therapy and you're sort of put off by all that commitment, all that inconvenience, BetterHelp is a great spot to go and give it a try. And another thing that it's not even included in the ad read, but I think is a fantastic part of BetterHelp is even outside of their sessions, their therapy sessions, they also have like courses, I guess you can call them, that
Mm.
help you understand different parts of your sort of your psyche. I have I have someone I know who she's married to a first responder. I think she was a first responder herself as well, and she's been going through the first responder course that talks about all the PTSD and things that are
Wow.
associated with that line of work. And they're able to sort of understand and approach the symptoms of that much better because he also has PTSD um, because of BetterHelp. So no matter who you are, no matter what background you come from, there is something to help you on BetterHelp. There's really no reason to not give it a shot. And if you want to, you absolutely can get a discount on it. All you need to do, discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/overtalk today and get 10% off your first month. 10%. 10% off. That's a free discount from us to you. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/overtalk. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring the podcast today and for helping all the people out there. All right. So,
That was a smooth transition. I got a transition. That was a very smooth transition.
a smooth transition. Thank you.
You know,
So,
I went for like 5 minutes without talking and I just lost it all.
yeah. Sorry, my bad. We should have gone back and forth on the ad read.
No, you're good. You had it.
Green is actually saying they have meditation and coping courses. I didn't know they had meditation courses. That's something I gotta look into. But let's move on into the patch notes. Let's get it going. Do you have them pulled up?
I do. You want to go back and forth?
Yeah. Will you send me the link through Discord? I'll pull it up, and you can get.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hold
I'm
on.
sorry. All right, I got a million things on my desktop. Okay, I got ad reads. I got the chat. I got everything pulled up.
Oh my.
I have one monitor.
goodness.
My setup is scuffed.
Wait, one monitor? Oh my god.
Yes, one monitor. I have
You could
one
put
monitor on my desktop.
Look at how cracked my phone is. But you could put the chat on your phone, and then you could look down to read.
My bad.
That's
okay?
what I used to do when
I'm not a scientist. Okay, sorry.
when I was a baby streamer in 2017. I didn't have a second monitor. I used my phone. Guys,
I do remember that too. I sat and looked at my phone for all 0 of my chatters, and then when I got my second monitor, people were finally talking in there. Yeah, I remember. Anyway, let's get into the patch notes. You want me to kind of get through like the wall of text at the top, and then you can start us off on the hero updates?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, July 11th, 2023. That's today. New patch.
Wow.
Summer Games 2023. It's time for some fun in the sun with the Summer Games seasonal event. Log in and play Lucio Ball Remix, and the all-new Winston's Beach Volleyball. Oh, God. I can only imagine how fun that is.
Okay, Lucio Ball sucks. Hot take. I hate Lucio Ball. Boo.
Yeah, I do too. Lucio Ball is horrible, but Winston's Beach Volleyball, that's got potential. Like jumping up to get, I can see the vision.
Yeah.
I can see the vision. Okay, I might give that a shot. And then we got some new cosmetic rewards and a new epic skin for Doomfist. Some general updates on fire adjustments. Fixed a bug that caused players to gain on fire at the start of a new round in competitive play when playing any game mode or
that was
in
actually super funny, where people would just be in spawn, like waiting to go out, and they'd just be like, "I'm on fire," and you'd be like, "Okay."
Okay, I didn't even notice that was a bug.
Yeah.
On fire and wait, what is blazing? Blazing or more?
So on fire has its own thing, but then if you're on fire and you do even more stuff, then you're blazing, and it has like a different icon to it.
Oh, got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see. And then on fire's cooldown has been reduced to 3 seconds. Yeah, so just some changes to the on fire system, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gotcha.
Cool.
New event hub, a new centralized location for event information is available in the main menu. Okay, team queue. Wait.
Oh
shit.
yeah, this is really cool.
Oh, they brought it back, did they? Okay, Team Queue is an all-new competitive mode for Overwatch 2, requiring everyone to play in a full group of 5 players. Oh, that kind of sucks. Team Queue has no ranking restrictions and will be available through the end of Season 5. Players can group up regardless of how far apart they are in ranked. Grandmaster players can play, even with up to 4 other Grandmaster players. Team Queue is limited to 1 tank, 2 damage, and 2 support. Players do not queue for specific roles, instead choosing their roles within each match. Okay.
Okay.
And then platform pool restrictions remain, meaning players on console must still only group up with other players on console. I like that. I'm glad they're bringing back stacking. I do wish that they added like smaller sets. I guess that's probably to make sure that the queue times are short by forcing you to get 5. But I'm happy that they added that back.
I'm curious for if there's going to be like a separate. They do say all new competitive mode, so I wonder if you'll have like your solo queue or like duo rank, and then you'll have like your like 5 stack rank too. And also, it's kind of nice for like teams that like maybe get like canceled on like last second. It's like, oh, right. I guess we can all just go team queue and hope we get a couple of games.
Yeah. True. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I mean, I didn't even think about that, but I know that back when we used to get when I was competing in like 2017, we would get scrims canceled on us, and then we would go into quick play because back then there were dedicated quick play stacks. All
Yeah,
right,
and they were
you
no
would
joke.
they were sweaty. You would grind, and you would get your hidden MMR so high that anytime you were stacking like quick play, you would run into another five
Yep.
man stack. So it was
Yep.
like always having access to pick up games. There were servers that were like the quick play stacks, and you would
Yep.
join them and see like, oh, this group's stacking, go join, and now boom, you got pugs going the whole time, like full sweat, full try hard, awesome, awesome days. I don't know
Yep.
why my garage door is opening.
And for whatever reason, too, I feel like so many of those quick play groups, this is kind of like off topic, but they would have like one tricks in them. So you'd have this guy with like 2,000 hours on Reinhardt, and he just do the most insane things. And you're like, that's just big Scrungo 200 right there.
Big Scrungo 200.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I read Scrungo in chat, and it's kind of in my brain.
What does that even mean, Scrungo?
Yeah,
Man,
man.
true. Okay, so speaking of Scrungo, let's get into the first tank update, Orisa.
Mm-hmm.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So they have changed her fortify damage reduction. Instead of blocking 40% of all incoming damage, it now blocks 50%, which that's just Nano Boost still has the 50% reduction too, yeah? So it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same as receiving a Nano Boost on a cooldown
Yep.
without the
Not
damage
well,
increase.
yeah. See, I still think that they need to make it so damage reduction also reduces your heal intake. That's always been my take.
Ooh.
Because then it would require timing, right? And it would front load your stuff and make it not so
All incoming, just everything incoming is reduced by 50%.
right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because then you could use it like when you're aggressing or like when you're about to
Yeah.
take a big bulk of damage. And the thing is, fortify, you can actually you can toggle it off again,
You
right?
can?
So yeah, you just press shift again. It puts it
I
off
didn't
cooldown.
know that.
So yeah, so like literally, if you did that, you could be like, oh, they're firing a I don't know some kind of high damage projectile at me, right? Fortify, unfortify to get healed, and now you actually are using it like intelligently.
I like
But
that. That's a good idea. All right, let me write this
yeah.
down. I'm sending it to Blizzard officials.
You got Blizzard in your back pocket now. You're
I
a
do.
league endorsed player. Um, so okay,
Please,
next hero.
Armory, give us ideas.
The next hero is Ramatra. The projectile now passes through enemy heroes, but is still blocked by barriers. I
So
didn't
that's
even know.
his
Oh,
slow.
his okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about a shield. I'm like, I didn't know you could block his shield with a player in it. I was like, what? Okay, got you. Yeah, so his slow. Okay, all right. Not much to say about that, I think.
Passes through enemy heroes. That's so strange. I can't think of anything that does that. Any
Mm,
projectile that goes through. I mean, like maybe like shields, old shields in Overwatch
shield.
1, like
I
an
mean,
Orisa barrier throwing it down, but I can't think of anything currently.
yeah. Don't ask me, man. You're up next, though.
Okay, so Reinhardt, they increased his shield health from 1,200 to 1,400, so he just got a little bit beefier of a shield.
Yep.
I know Reinhardt isn't very strong, but the last thing I kind of want to see being buffed in Overwatch is shields. And
Why? Why is that? Well, what's wrong with shields?
shields are good, I think, actually.
I think you should give Orisa a deployable shield,
Whoa.
and then I
Wait a
think
second.
they should give Ryan a second shield. Because like, here's the thing, right? When he does the shield, it comes out of his arm, right? He's got like some kind of gauntlet that projects the shield. Why doesn't he just wear a second gauntlet? So it's like, oh, this one's breaking. Got to switch sides, right? That makes sense to me.
And
2,800
oh
shield
my
health on
gosh. And then when it's meta, they can call it double shield.
exactly. That makes a lot of sense. Next up is Wrecking Ball. His manual reload time has been reduced from 2 to 1.6 seconds, and it does not affect the automatic reload while transformed into a ball, which is
Okay.
still 2 seconds.
I will say I've been enjoying some ball. I've been balling in quick play a little bit, and it is so annoying to have to manually reload. It takes so long on ball. It is literally just more worth it to just roll around and try and boop them than it is to try and reload and just wait for the automatic reload. It's
Well,
so terrible.
it's more worth it anyway. Well, oh, wait, hold on. So you're saying the automatic reload takes
No.
Okay.
The automatic
Like,
reload is fantastic. The manual
yeah,
one.
yeah, I mean, it
So.
makes more sense to do anyway because you have more APM, right? Rather than
Yeah.
sitting and reloading, you can, like you
But
said, boot people, but it also blocks your head hitbox.
yeah.
So, there's a lot of
It's
reasons.
just sometimes if like somebody's low, you're not trying to like roll and like grapple. Like it's a whole like thing to like try and do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad. Whatever.
Those balls just punch if they're that low, though.
That's
I mean,
true.
they just walk and whack you with his like weird punch animation.
Yeah, it's like his like gun. He like comes up and smacks you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So Sojourn, okay. Number of shots reached to maximum spread increased from 8 to 12. Okay, so they lowered her spread a little bit, right? So it takes
Very
longer
more
for her to spread. And then they reduced the spread by 12%. So minor Soj buff. I'm okay with this. I feel like Soj without Rail is kind of like weak. She's kind of weak sauce. And she just gets generally outclassed by like Hanzo a lot of the times, which is why in competitive play right now we're seeing a lot of, if people are playing a hit scan, or not a hit scan, but a slower DPS instead of Tracer Sombra, we're seeing a lot of Hanzo. I'm good with this. I think this will help her be a little bit stronger instead of just, okay, I'm shooting them. Okay, I have Rail. Okay, we can fight now that I have Rail. Okay, now she'll actually be a little bit stronger from the start. So I don't mind that at all.
Okay, this next one is actually, so before the podcast, I was just scrolling Twitter while waiting for it to start, and I did actually see they buffed Soldier.
They buffed him a lot.
I'm excited about this. So I see a lot of changes. Okay. So his damage has been increased from 18 to 19 on his pulse rifle. Great. All right. We love Soldier having more damage. His rockets explosion damage have been increased from 80 to 90 as well. So that's good. And they increased his healing per second. Wow. Okay. I mean, sure. More healing in the game. I love it. I don't, but I'll say I do. Okay, point is, I'm happy that they're making Soldier a little bit better. Here's the thing. Soldier is fundamentally a good character for the game. Fundamentally,
oh, yeah.
It is a good character for the game. People like to call it the COD character or whatever, all right? But characters like Soldier are healthier for the game than characters like Hanzo and Old Widowmaker and Ashe, okay? A Soldier is better for the game because when you fight a Soldier, you are more engaged for longer. Moving away from one-shots allows you to feel engaged in every fight you take. So we need more characters like Soldier. Sorry, garage door's opening again. But it's doing like a weird effect on my microphone when it opens. It's like making it like.
Honestly, we can barely hear it. It's like a soft kind of, but that nothing crazy.
Okay, good, because I can hear it very clearly in my headphones. Feedback, and it's horrible. And I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry, but anyway, point is, Soldier is great for the game. We need more characters like Soldier. I've played a lot of Soldier in the past. Fantastic. More Soldier, less Hanzo, less Widowmaker, less Ashe. Okay, but
yeah, I'll agree. Yeah. I will say though, in ranked, Metro's about to be a lot scarier with that Mercy Pocket.
Yeah, true. Till I pop one.
Yeah, that's the answer. Just have Highway on your team with the Mercy.
I like coming with the Soldier. Listen, all I'm saying, I don't know what it is, okay, but everyone I've played with has seen it personally. When I'm no Mercy, okay, I'm like a decent DPS. I'm like above average, right? I'd say, like maybe 4,300, 4,200 level. When I get the Mercy Pocket, though, it's all different, okay? A whole nother level, all right? I get more. A lot of people like get less confident because they're worried about the Mercy pocketing them. Like I can't miss shots. I get more confident when I have a Mercy pocket. I'm like, oh, we're about to cook. You know what I mean? But anyway, Symmetra. Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay, so Symmetra, her secondary fire. So this is where she builds up her orb and then sends it out.
Mhm.
Secondary fire maximum impact damage increased from 45 to 50, so a slight buff. Whatever, that's not bad. It's just she spams it a
Mhm.
lot of times, but there are some times when it can be a skill shot, so that's fun. Secondary fire maximum explosion damage increased from 45 to 50. So I'm not quite sure how that works. I think it had like a AoE effect. When it would hit something, it would explode.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure about that. So they just slightly buffed her secondary fire. And they nerfed her sentry turrets. So damage per second for her turrets reduced from 40 to 25.
You
Turrets,
skipped over a really important thing on
did
that.
I?
Yeah, that third bullet on the first one.
There's no third bullet for me. What?
Oh,
There's
there's a
two
third bullet for
bullets.
me. Mine says regenerate up to 30 shield health per
Hold
second
on, I'm
when
refreshing. Maybe I had it open from longer. That wasn't there. Okay. Okay, so her right click, okay, regenerates up to 30 shield per 30 shield health per second when primary fire deals damage to barriers or enemies with shield health.
So she's got a
Okay.
30 health per second self heal now while she's fighting something.
Only
That's like
to barriers or people's shield health. So it's I feel like it's a little bit circumstantial. The only time I feel like it's good is like versus like Ryan.
well, no, because there's a lot of characters that have shield health. There's Sigma, there's Zarya,
Oh,
there's
okay, yeah.
obviously barriers, there's Symmetra, there's Zenyatta. Um,
Does Hammond's E count as like shield health or is that over health?
no, that's over health.
Okay.
But Hammond does have shield health now
Okay.
since a few patches ago. So yeah, there's a few circumstances where that's helpful
Mm-hmm.
because it says barriers or enemies with shield health. So yeah, I can see that being pretty helpful in some circumstances. I don't know if it makes her that much better,
It
but
kind of in the way that I'm seeing it, it definitely makes it feel like she's kind of just got like a Reaper passive where she can just get some health back.
yeah, pretty much.
But
30 health per second is pretty solid too, though. That's
yeah,
like
it is.
soldier pad was 35. So, and I already feel like I can't really fight soldiers that have a health pad down. So, if I'm a shield health based character, Symmetra might actually be intimidating now.
Yeah. And I mean, she was already kind of good on maps that, Ryan was favored. So like Lijiang
Ooh.
Control Center
Uh-huh.
was great for her. I think the meta was like Mei Sim, which is just terrible. If you think about it, that just sounds not fun, right? But yeah, she definitely has her spots where she shines, and this is gonna help her do that even more. So I'm curious to see if we'll see more Ryan Sim brawl. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would. There's an interesting change on her turret too, but go ahead.
Yeah, so okay, damage per second for turret reduced from 40 to 25. So her turret's a little bit weaker. That's whatever. I don't even care about that. That's fine, whatever. Turrets now reveal enemy heroes to allies while dealing damage and for 1 additional second afterwards. So she's just kind of got mini Sonic turrets.
Yeah, a little flank spectator right there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's pretty solid. I wonder. Okay, so I wonder theoretically, okay, if a Sombra decloaks on your team on your backline, and she gets zapped with the turret, right? She's fighting, getting zapped, and she translocates. Will you see where she translocated to? Because it stays for a second.
Probably. I would assume yes,
Or-
unless translocate purges that effect.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Or will translocate purge it? Because it does
Weird.
purge some effects. So I don't know.
That's
interesting.
something we gotta ask the TikTok content creator
The
crowd.
Mythbusters.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Mythbusters.
We need the Overwatch Mythbusters to get on this. Okay. Torbjorn. The secondary fire spread has been reduced from 5 to 4.5 degrees. So that's what, a 10% accuracy buff? It's pretty solid.
Sure.
Yeah, because 0.5
I know
is 10.
math.
Well, it's just, sorry. And then his deployed turret damage reduced from 14 to 11, and the cooldown increased. We're really at a stage in Overwatch's history where we feel the need to nerf Torb's turret. Is that what you're telling me? That's what it's come to.
I bet he's really strong in plat.
It's too strong. I can't stop the turret. Oh, okay. And then Overload now. Okay, his E reloads 6 ammo now too. So that's either 3 right clicks or 6 left clicks. Okay. So they're trying to
Eh,
make him more like Torb focused than turret focused, but I already feel like he's at that stage. Either
yeah,
way,
I'll
that's
agree.
definitely that's an overall Torb buff for sure.
You think? I think it's an overall nerf. I don't know. His
Because like,
turret, I feel like the only time he's really been played or where he's really good is like versus like a Tracer Sombra, where it's they throw the turret down and it's in a way so the Tracer or Sombra can't like get behind and do what they want to do. Um,
mhm,
because it's really hard for the Tracer to outdamage the turret
it's
at
still going to be hard for her to do
you
that at
think?
11. hmm
Okay,
It's
we'll
only
see.
3 damage because like think about it, right? You don't necessarily need to kill her with the turret. You just need to make it so she can't
Mm-hmm.
go in anymore. So 4 or 5 shots is all you really need for that from the turret. So
Yeah.
like before 4 shots would do what? That'd be 56 damage. And now instead it's going to do 44. That's still enough to back the
Yeah.
racer off either way. Because she needs to have a recall and be like over 130 health realistically. So it's
Yeah.
still enough to that tracers off. But the big thing for me is having overload give you 6 ammo. Now like when you because there's a lot of times where I'm playing Torb and I'll like be fighting someone and I'll be at the end of my clip and I'll hit them
Mhm.
with like a headshot on the one of the last 2 rivets and I'm like, I can't use my E to chase because I don't have any ammo, right? But now if I'm
Oh.
fighting someone and I'm hitting them down and I'm at the end of my clip, I'm like, okay, I can actually engage and chase because it's gonna give me ammo. I won't have to sit there and reload.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
cool. It's a nice little like quality of life thing for sure.
And it increases your overall DPS because you can basically cancel your reload
Hmm.
by like shooting your full clip, using your overload, shooting your 6 shots, and then using the increased reload speed. So overall, major, a pretty decent DPS buff to Torb as well. But yeah, I don't know if the right click's gonna change all that much.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, you're up, Kiriko.
Actually, I think we should fit in our second ad read real quick. I think we're getting kind of close to the end. I want to make sure they're not
We only got
left
two.
out.
We only got two.
Okay, sure. I'll just go
Just,
in.
yeah, we'll just round it off.
Okay, so they minorly buffed Kiriko. Her healing of Fuda, so this is her primary heal fire. Or if you flipped it like a normal human being, this would be right click. Okay.
Mhm.
So recovery reduced from 1 to 0.9 seconds. So she's just able to send out tickets a little bit faster. I think that, yeah, they're saying that this was an original, they reverted. So it used to be zero point 0.9 and then they reverted it. Um, so they're partially reverting it. So it's not completely what it used to be, but now it's like you can still send them out a little bit faster. So I
Yeah.
like that as Kiriko. Sometimes it does feel a little bit aggravating to not be able to send the tickets out fast enough. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with anything that makes supports less DPS oriented. I saw a clip. It was probably not like GM plus. It was probably Diamond or Masters.
Hmm.
But I saw a Kiriko that was literally it was on Numbani. And the Kiriko was just standing in the street like double headshotting every DPS that came out of spawn, and I about threw up when I saw that. Like literally, like Ash came out right, and she scopes in and headshots the Kiriko, and before she can shoot her second shot, she dies. It's like you literally just out PTK a DPS.
Yep.
What? So yeah, I almost threw up when I saw that, to be honest with you. But anyway, anything that pushes supports closer to either controlling the game in interesting ways, akin to Life Weaver, um, or just focusing more on healing, I'm fine with that. Uh, Speaking of supports, Zenyatta, his Orb of Discord has had its max range reduced, and the time to wear off the target when they're not in line of sight was reduced as well from 2 to 1.5 seconds. So some Discord nerfs, which
That's a
are
pretty significant, as a Zen player, that is a pretty significant nerf. That means I can't just be sitting in Narnia discording the snipers and trying to fight them.
well, it depends on how far
Yeah.
30 meters is. 'Cause
Uh,
Defense matrix is 20, right? So
30 meters
yeah,
is a from down from 40, that's a decent chunk.
yeah, that's pretty solid because that means instead of 2 defense matrices, you're a defense matrix and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid difference in meters, but I mean, whatever.
I think
I'm-
honestly the best part about this buff, and I think this is what people think is so annoying too, is Discord Orb wears off faster,
yeah,
which is
it's
so nice for playing
yeah,
against Zen, because not only does it make it so Zen can hit you harder, but when you're hiding behind cover waiting for it to wear off, he now has wall hacks for only just a little bit shorter amount of times, because it's so annoying trying to like 1v1 a Zen. And not only does he do more damage to you, but he also knows exactly where you are and where you're going to peak. So
yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, you know what I would like for Zen's Discord as well? I'd like for it to impose a like recovery time before you can start attacking someone.
Okay.
Like if Tracer comes after you, it's not just like Discord headshot kick. You know what I mean? Like all just in one like smooth motion. It's like if you had like a point 0.3 or 0.4 second time frame where it's like you have to throw out your Discord and then start attacking, that would make it a lot harder for Zen to just like
Boo.
1v1 people. I'm telling you, I'm tired of supports being able to out DPSs. His
Okay,
volley is already
but
good
Zen
enough.
is the DPS support. Come on. Come on.
There shouldn't
And
be a DPS
he's
support.
just a little guy. He's so vulnerable. And
He does need a little
he's
something.
so round. His hitbox too. He's so
Yeah,
easy to hit. He's just a little
I don't.
round
I
guy.
hate Zen. I hate Zen still. I hate Zen. I hate Kiriko. Ana,
Yo.
it's testing my limits. Anyway, what is
Those are my
good?
heroes.
I agree. Good changes. Trust me, I know that's why I chose them. For his good changes, in my opinion, nerfs to Discord. Okay. Is Zen being played a lot right now?
No.
Okay.
It
So
is pretty much only on a brig right now.
I figured as much. Okay. Well, anyway, there's some changes there. I'm gonna quickly just glance through the fixes here, see if there's anything that stands out. Fix pinging opponents' owned objects through walls as Sombra. So, okay. Well, do you know what was broken about that? I don't know what was
No
broken.
idea. No
Okay.
idea.
Fixed cases where Junker Queen's knife would remain pingable if she died. Fixed Life Weaver's pedal platform pings using the ping stem. Wait. Fixed Life Weaver pedal platform pings using ping stems when the platform is midair. Okay, interesting. Fixed training bots blocking the ability to share your ultimate status. Okay.
That
Then we
one's
got some
really
changes.
important.
Fix several crashes. That's got to be a good one. Fix some lighting. Okay.
Wait, go to the bottom and read the Tracer one at the very bottom. With Life Weaver.
From outside the playable space on some maps. Okay, apparently you used to be able to contest the objective from outside the playable space with Life Weaver and Tracer. That's interesting. And then also a Symmetra's teleporter. Okay, so just some random stuff being sorted here. Okay, doke. Well, hey, interesting patch. I think a lot of good changes for the game. Before we go into our next topic here, we're gonna start the second ad read. So it's now summer. It's hot out. People are doing stuff, hanging out with family, or just pursuing passions. Or maybe you're not doing either of those things, and you're finding time to game a lot more. Either way, yeah, true. Either way, a lot of people have a very big issue. They forget to eat, or they don't feel like they have the time to cook. They don't have the effort, the energy, whatever it is to cook. And a lot of us, myself included, this definitely happens to me. We end up wasting a lot of money on ordering food through the various methods there are nowadays to do that, instead of just cooking for ourselves or going and meal prepping. Well, you're going to like our sponsor if this is appealing to you so far, because we are officially brought to you by Factor Meals. Factor Meals pretty much approaches these problems, and they give you a monthly subscription where they will send you ready-to-eat meals, that are cooked by their professional cooks and approved by nutritionists. And they're ready to go in just 2 minutes. You just got to pop them in the microwave and heat it up, eat it, and then go back to whatever it was you were doing.
I'm so hungry.
I know, me too. Oh, you're gonna hate this part. I'm about to talk about some of the meals they have. All right. So the big thing for this as well is that they are actually nutritional. They're balanced meals. A lot of them are they're like 550 or less calories. A lot of them, and they have different options, which we'll come back to. But some of the things you can get with them, if you want to stick to those wellness goals, are broccoli, leeks, asparagus for like some of the ingredients, and then they have the green goddess chicken. They have bruschetta shrimp risotto. They have grilled steakhouse filet mignon, and all these are you can get them done in 2 minutes. Just pop them in, heat them up, and you're good to go. They're all cooked already. They're cooked and prepped and chopped and everything all for you.
That's
And
amazing.
if you can't heat them up and you're going out and about or doing something, you don't have a microwave near you, they also have lunch to go where they have wholesome meals like bowls with grain. They have salad toppers, that kind of stuff that you can just literally pull out of the package and eat whenever you're ready. Don't even need a microwave for it. And like I said, all their meals are 550 or less calories, for their dietitian approved calorie smart meals and that kind of stuff. They also have a bunch of different options for different lifestyles. You might hear all the meats that we mentioned before, and you're like, oh well, I'm a vegan or I'm vegetarian. It's not going to work for me. They got you covered. All right, we'll come back to that. They have protein plus meals that have 30 grams or more of protein for those of you who like to gym and pay attention to your macros. They have the calorie smart. They have keto diet options. They have vegan and veggie. They have all this stuff. I mean, they'll hook you up no matter what your dietary restrictions are. And they're going to help you sort of achieve your goals and be able to have more time either, you know, pursuing hobbies, working, gaming, whatever it is. They're here to help because they're just ready to go. No more cooking, no more prepping, none of that annoying stuff. No more trips to the grocery store to go and get something ready to cook. If you do want to have a home cooked meal, they have got you covered. You can also round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 or more add ons, including some breakfast items like the apple cinnamon pancakes, the
Mm.
bacon and cheddar egg bites, the bacon and egg breakfast skillet with potato, and they even have some wellness boosts with beverage options. So they got cold pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies, and those are all using fresh ingredients. The factor you can rest assured that you're also going to be making a sustainable choice because they are 100% carbon neutral. They offset all of their delivery emissions 100%, and they source 100% renewable electricity for their production sites and their offices. And they also feature only sustainably sourced seafood in all of their meals, which is a
Hmm.
big problem that we're facing if you're into the environment stuff. But yes, this July, get Factor and enjoy eating well without all of the hassle of cooking. You just simply choose your meals and enjoy your fresh, flavor packed meals delivered directly to your door, ready in 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. So head on over to factorheals.com/overtalk50 and use overtalk50 as a code to get 50% off. That's code overtalk50 at factormeals.com/overtalk50 to get 50% off. And on top of that, you're also going to get 20% off for the next 4 months if you like it. I can tell you now, I'm definitely using that code. 50% off, dude. Come on. Come on. This is a no brainer. 50% off month one and then 20% off for 4 more months. That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overtalk, or sorry, factormeals.com/overtalk50. Thank you so much for sponsoring us on the podcast today, Factor Meals. I appreciate it. And I will definitely be using your services more. Okay.
Yeah. So I just went ahead and pulled up their website, not to continue talking about the ad read, but I'm so
Go for it.
hungry. I'm so
Yeah.
hungry.
Dude,
Their stuff
meals
looks
look
so
good.
good. Cilantro jalapeno pork. It's available in Canada. Oh no.
Dude, they got some good looking stuff. They have like a weekly menu. So you can go onto their website and you can see what
Yeah.
they're gonna be sending you for their
Oh,
weekly menu.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure
You know
you are.
you've
They
ever
got that
heard like
chicken
people
pasta. Oh boy.
you ever heard people
Man.
say like don't grocery shop on an empty stomach? Yeah, don't
Yeah,
do that ad read on an empty stomach.
I
My
know, dude. I'm
god.
starving now. I'm starving now.
I know.
But anyway, thank you so much, Factor Meals. I appreciate it. I will definitely be using your services more. and I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I might even do some displays to my chat here. Maybe I'll post some pictures of it in the Discord at some point. But their stuff looks fuego, man. It looks good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
But
try it
anyway,
too. We'll see.
thank you so much. I appreciate the appreciate you supporting our podcast. Okay, so let's it's about time for us to wrap things up. We still got a few minutes to go. Is there anything you want to throw on in there before we head out?
Yes, just some
Yeah.
additional exciting things to look forward to. We were meant to talk about this last week or the week before, but we just didn't really have time. Barely have time this time. So Flashpoint again is coming soon. I believe that will be ready next season, if I remember correctly. So
Mhm.
that's the new Overwatch game mode that basically is like Koth, except for the points move. And
Mhm.
first team to cap 3 of those points around the map wins. So very interesting. I'm excited to see what they do with it. It's very like COD feeling game mode.
Well, here's the thing. That
Mhm.
game mode type performs very well in every other shooter.
Yeah.
That tends to be people's favorite like kind of game mode.
Hmm.
Um,
We'll
I
see.
also think of yeah. I guess we will see. Yeah, you're right. We'll see. I like the idea of it. I'm definitely gonna play it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to. It's going to be in the comp queue, so.
That's true. That's true. I have to. I don't have a choice.
Yeah. The Sojourn cinematic is going to be coming out in a little less than a month. So August 4th, we will get the it'll be the same quality as like the Kiriko short. The fully done Sojourn cinematic will be coming out on August 4th, which I am so excited for. I have been waiting for our Sojourn lore. I feel like right now she's kind of like almost like a blank slate, kind of like Soldier in a way, if Soldier didn't have so much backstory to him. But now we have Sojourn,
So
our
if sorry, go.
yeah, it
So
makes
if
sense. It
Soldier,
makes sense in my head. Okay.
it would be like Soldier. If Soldier was also a blank slate, then they'd both be blank slates. Then they'd be just alike. Okay.
Yeah.
Go. Sorry.
Um, but yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
really excited for that. I feel like so we just don't know a lot about her. We know she's Canadian and she has a dog, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So Sojourn cinematic. So I believe we should be getting more info on the new hero as well
Okay.
soon, which will be a support hero that is confirmed. We did get a tiny teaser of her. I believe in the update where they were talking about PvE, it was just like a single frame, pretty much, of her jumping up into the air. I think it's a her. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
And it looks like she has like a cape and like a gun. So I don't know. We'll see. She looks cool. Maybe she has some sort of like jumpy ability like BAP.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, exciting stuff. Just to kind of recap, we've
You know,
got the Microsoft buyout happening, crazy new patch notes, all this like tournament stuff to look forward to, and then again the new game mode and Soj cinematic coming up. So
yeah,
exciting time.
definitely. Well, either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I gotta update my command here. I just saw someone in the chat get the wrong information. Do you remember that Sadie's Spirit Wolf? That was the forever ago when my headset broke and I couldn't coach your team. That was
Oh
the
wow.
that Bree bought me.
Whoa. That is
That's
such a
like
long time ago.
that was a
Yeah.
long time ago. That command is ancient. For those who want to know, I'm using the DT, their Bear Dynamic DT 1990 Pros. Very high end, but very good sound quality. And then I'm using a CAD E100SX for my new microphone, which podcast is over at this point. We'll say goodbye in just a moment, but I just want to throw it out there for you guys. The CAD E100SX is CAD's newest microphone. They're not sponsors. It's their newest microphone. All right. Previously, my CAD E100S cost me $600. You can get this
Ooh.
microphone for $160. Same quality,
Ooh.
arguably better, way cheaper, and phenomenal. Okay, so just for those of you out there who are looking for a microphone, they're not sponsors, but I've used them for years, and everyone always asks me, what microphone do I use? This is the time to get one of these bad boys. Okay, anyway, podcast over. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are going on hiatus for a little while, but we will be back. 100%. We're coming back one day. We will. That is a promise from me to you.
We better.
We will. Yeah, we will. We will. And yeah, it's been fun. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Highway and my lovely co-host Aramori. We'll see you all next time. Okay.
Yeah. See you
All right.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.